Good morning. Welcome to Campus TV 2. Today is March the 6th, 2019. It is a Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. So, from last time, we have winners. The topic from last time was Lunar New Year travel. That was probably 1 month ago, so you probably forgot about the topic. So those of you who gave your responses, because there were 57 of them, I cannot list all of them, please ask your English teachers for 5 stamps if you've completed Part A and Part B. For Part B, there is a winner for the extended response. This is their response. This event is so important for us because it's the beginning of a new year, and it's the time people come together. As you may know, families sometimes live separate for the whole year. It happens when the father works in a village, the mother is a nanny in another village, and the children are growing up with their grandparents. This is for some families the only time in the year they are together. This response is to the question of why Lunar New Year is so special to the Chinese people. This response is very, very heartwarming and really, really realistic. That's why we chose this as the winner. So for the winner, please ask your teacher for 10 stamps. Now we'll move on to this week's news.
CEO of my own app called Minor Miners, and this is why you should listen to me. I'm Henry Yip, I'm 13 years old, and I'm working on a startup called Minor Miners, which hopes to connect the world through kids.
Tell us more about your company then. What is it called and how many downloads, how many people follow it?
So we're an online kids community where we can have kids from all over the world on our platform to talk to each other in different topics that interest them. And if they want to learn a new language, they have access to native speakers worldwide, so they can chat in a fully immersive environment. So right now we've got more than 40,000 downloads from more than 50 countries.
Wow. I mean, you are an inspirational public speaker, an extraordinary talented young woman. I just want to know, do you not ever get nervous on the stage when you have to present your pitches?
Well, let's put it this way. If you get me debating or talking about minor minors or presenting, you'll never see a hint of any nerves. But you get me to sing and I'll have knock-kneed and I'll probably puke as I go on.
I want to show you this clip, okay? This was from a few years ago.
Parents, I know how you feel. You want your children to become global citizens and be able to speak different languages. You spend a small fortune on extra lessons. In return, our kids dread it. They moan and groan. And after a holiday, they forget all of it. Sound familiar? That's where my idea comes in.
How do you feel now looking back at it?
Wow, very fond memories back then, because I remember that the whole build-up period was extremely exciting. I was working with my mom at home, and my teachers at school back then were very supportive, and it was just so exciting, because it was my first time doing it properly. The idea that education is transformative and will change our world. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I'm very into politics, and I think that being a politician is not the best way to change the world, but doing education is.
Tell me a moment where you knew exactly that this was exactly what you wanted to do.
I think it was a couple of days after my final pitch for that particular event when I was younger. I was going to a meeting with someone who said that, you know what, this could work. And during that meeting, he told me the life cycle of a startup, from seed round to IPO. Kind of very far ahead.
Yep.
But he walked me through the entire process and told me that failure is almost inevitable, but it's something worth doing. And that led me afterwards to think, is this something that I really want to do? And when I realized that learning something new, connecting kids, was something that can have a profound effect on society, I was just like, let's do it.
Your business jargon is just something that sets you miles apart. Who are your role models?
Michelle Obama.
Why Michelle Obama?
Because I think she's a very inspirational figure. I think that it's admirable that in the past when she was younger, that she left a high-paying job to go and work for the community and to make an impact in the place where she lives.
If Michelle Obama was watching this, you had a 15-second pitch, what would you say to her?
I would say to her that today's an exciting time where girls like myself and many others are working to make the world a better place. And I would love to meet her if I could.
And ultimately, that is something that she champions throughout the world. Okay, last but not least, top tips for young female tech entrepreneurs.
To any young female entrepreneurs is that you are your own person. There's no need to be swayed by extra influences because there will always be people who belittle you, tell you that you can't. The most important thing is to move on from those criticisms. If they're of any use, take them into consideration. If not, just ignore it and move on and do what you want to do most.
Hilary, I've learned a lot from you. Thank you so much for coming in today. I hope you had fun.
Thank you. It's been great.
All right, this was a video about Hilary Yip. She is only 13 years old, probably a lot younger than most of you, and she's already an inspiring and charming girl that has her own business and giving public speeches. I hope you all have her as your role model. So for this week's questions, the 3 questions we've set for part A are, what is the name of her app? Which of the following is not the aim of the app? Who is Hilary's role model? For the extended response, which is optional of 50 words, the question is, who is your role model? Why? So if you complete part A, you'll get 5 stamps. If you complete part A and part B and you win, you'll get 10 stamps in total. So please try. It is not that difficult. An email has been sent to all of you. Please click into the link of Google Forms, fill it out, and you'll get the stamps or win prizes. Following up, we have 2 student presentations today. The first presenter will be Carrie from 4B. The topic is holiday assignments.
I'm 4B Carrie. My topic is about holiday assignments. We usually have loads of assignments because the teacher wants to check our learning progress and keep track on our performance. Therefore, we will not forget what we have learned easily. As we know, doing a list of homework in a long holiday is horrible. For instance, during Lunar New Year, if there are 2 assignments of each subject, this will become a total of 10 pieces of work on 10 days. They have different types of homework, for example, book report or exercise book. It is painful for us to have a hectic schedule. Worse still, we all have a poor habit. We are deadline fighters because we spend 90% of time playing games and we always do the homework in the last minute in order to not fail to submit it. However, we should strike a balance between play and work by allocating time properly and using time wisely. We can set a specific target every day and use a post-it to mark the number of homework if we want to finish every day. This will not accumulate our workload, but is our pleasure. By doing so, we can gain a sense of